April 2016. My life changed the day I was accepted into the NUN program. When applying to Northeastern, I knew I wanted to participate in this program because as a hopeful, busy nursing student, studying abroad isn't easy. On September 3rd, I said goodbye to my family and friends, and at 11 p.m. I got on a plane to Dublin, Ireland from my hometown of Boston. Arriving in Ireland was surreal, and I had a big day ahead of me. It would be an eventful day, a crazy week, and an amazing 4 months. I traveled to see the lights of Paris, the streets of Edinburgh. I saw the history and beauty that is London, Galway, Belfast, and Cork. My world and my mind expanded far beyond New England, beyond the United States. While in Ireland, I finally discovered what my older friends described as adulting. Buying just the right amount of groceries, remembering to do laundry, and cleaning a kitchen and a bathroom thrust me into adulthood. Of course, I had to study on top of all of that. My second week in Ireland, classes started, and classes with 250 plus students aren't the easiest coming from a small private school. Over the time I've been here, I've learned to take responsibility for my learning, my budgeting, and my actions. My classes, specifically Global Experience, helped me get a better understanding of how to take responsibility for my choices that have personal and global consequences. In GE, we learn about topics such as power and privilege, discuss our service learning and how it affects our everyday life, and the eventual transition back to Northeastern in Boston. Even though I'll be leaving Ireland, GE taught me to be grateful for the opportunities I've been afforded and to look toward the future with hope. With GE came service learning, which for me was peer conversations. I regularly met with a fellow UC student and held casual conversations with her as she practiced her conversational English. My partner Nina was a senior from Beijing, China. We met on several occasions throughout my time at UCD, and each time the conversation was remarkably different. We talked about everything from food to schoolwork to politics to living in a new country for the first time. Nina and I shared 1 hour every week together, but that 1 hour proved revealing and made me grateful to have met a new friend. October came, and so did midterms. The age of high school cramming was over, and it was time for me to hit the books. For 2 weeks, I was consumed by studying. I ate dinner in my kitchen with a fork in one hand and my other on my computer keyboard. I knew my high school habits would only pull me down, so I did my best to break away, and the work paid off. Soon after the long march of midterms came November, which meant trip after trip after trip. My mom came to visit and brought me some home comforts. And the very next weekend, I headed over to Scotland to adventure with the friends I made 2 months ago through NUN, friends I now call my best friends. The next weekend was historic London, followed by beautiful Paris, which held the Eiffel Tower, too many croissants, and my attempts at pronouncing French. November ended and December followed. With December comes finals and my last few weeks in Dublin. However, ignoring the hard studying and the harder goodbyes, I get to look back on my trip with pride and amazing memories that have changed me forever. I have no regrets spending my first semester of college in Dublin. I wouldn't trade it for the world. UCD in Ireland will always be in my mind, full of the adventures I've had. Horseback riding in the Wicklow Mountains, the Cliffs of Moher, experiencing a real, original Irish Halloween, and meeting the friends I could never find in my high school. Through my experience in Dublin, I've learned more than ever that learning is constant, and new situations will always arise. Seeing everything I've learned while in Dublin has helped me find ways to keep learning when I get back home. Back in Boston, I don't plan to stop the adventure. I will study just as hard and have just as much fun. I'm so grateful for this trip, and it's so exciting for my new and challenging future.